Final segment of the show for today. We're talking to Mr. Matthew Walker Jr., and of course the topic is the Freedom Rides, and Mr. Walker himself was a participant in the Freedom Rides in 1961. And of course, Mr. Walker, you were talking about that your voyage on the bus itself. Let's pick up at that point.
Okay, we had left Montgomery, we had passed into Mississippi, and as I said, the bus was doing about 95 miles an hour when it came across the Alabama-Mississippi border. Shortly after we got into Mississippi, the bus stopped and was boarded by a good number of soldiers. I think they may have been National Guardsmen. And so the bus had experienced, the Freedom Ride had experienced, as we all know, quite a bit of violence in Alabama. And we've later learned that the Attorney General had talked to the governors of these states and had discouraged them as far as allowing violence. So I believe that's the reason they had these armed soldiers board the bus. They stood in the aisle all the way to Jackson. It was a very exciting ride. I do remember as we proceeded, looking out the window, counting, and I'll never forget, I counted, I think it was 26 state trooper cars riding behind us, and a helicopter continuously circling overhead. We would pass little towns, and there would be whites standing on the side of the road, jeering, yelling very unpleasant things at us, but we were fortunate to have avoided any violence all the way to Jackson. When we got to Jackson, we walked into the bus station, and as soon as we walked into the bus station, we were escorted to the waiting paddy wagon.